Hello everybody, this is David McDonald coming to you live from the DMD Creator Studio, and today we are going to talk about how to pass the real estate exam. As I mentioned, in this video we're going to talk about how to pass the real estate exam. There are a number of things to remember when preparing and taking the real estate exam. In this video, I will talk about the 3 top things to consider when preparing for the exam and give a helpful tip regarding what to do during the exam. So for me, the biggest thing is to figure out, where do things come from? Why is there a real estate exam? Well, what is the real estate exam is a great question. Real estate authorizations issued by state governments give agents and brokers the legal ability to represent a home seller or buyer in the process of buying and selling real estate, right? Real estate agents and real estate brokers are required to be licensed when conducting real estate transactions in the United States and in many other countries. Real estate can be a very complex and sophisticated industry, and also can be very easy and challenging at the same time. Keep this in mind when you're going into the exam. These tests are put into place for a reason. If you have had no formal education, or if you have only had a certain level of education, this exam is designed to introduce to you the basic concepts and rules that get your mind working in the direction so that you can become an ultimate pro in the industry. There are 2 sections to the real estate exam, the national and the state. To my understanding, if you take the national test in California and pass, you have ambition to practice real estate in Las Vegas, you have satisfied the national testing requirement because you have passed the national portion taking the test in California. Remaining, you would have to pass the state portion in Nevada to satisfy the Nevada state real estate licensing requirement. Make sense? The first thing that you must do in order to prepare for the exam, let's get into that, is you have to find the right educational program or real estate school to attend. The reason why this is important is because the school that you go to will more than likely mirror the actual state exam that's designated for your state. For example, the real estate school that I went to is tailored and prepares students specifically for Seattle, Washington real estate exam and the national portion of the exam. If I would have taken the test, let's say, for example, based in California, I might not have done so well on the statewide exam or portion of the exam. So I always recommend that you find a good school that tailors their education around your state's curriculum and laws and regulations. I don't know how compatible Washington is to California, but I actually heard it's pretty close. But nonetheless, just keep that in mind when finding or searching a school. So look in your local area and determine which real estate school best fits your needs and ultimately support you throughout the journey. Not only is it good to have a good school in helping you prepare for the exam, but it's good to have a good school that will help you after you pass the exam and have to renew your license also. Just quick note. The second most important thing to passing the real estate exam is making sure that you are getting 100% on all your practice exams. When I first took the real estate exam, you might or might not believe it, I failed the test by 1 question on the state portion. This obviously was very discouraging to me, but one of my good friends told me when he was taking insurance exams, which are very similar to the type of testing you experience in real estate, make sure that you understand the material so well that you are sure that you are scoring 100% pass ratings on all your practice exams. If the school that you are going to offers alternate exams, aside from the practice exams that you've taken and you've passed, then I highly suggest that you go and take the alternate exams and make sure you receive 100% passing ratings on all of those practice exams also. I retook the test and passed. So to reiterate, it is important to find an educational program or school that will support you in getting through any part of the practice exams that you don't understand. All right, so the third most important thing to passing the real estate exam is to have high confidence and determine which learning style works best for you. There are 2 identified types of learning styles. Number 1 is in person and number 2 is online web. The reason why it is important to identify which learning style works best for you is because you want to build confidence early on in your real estate journey. If you have another job, obviously by default, you might have to do the online educational courses. But if you have a little bit more time and can attend the actual courses in person, and this is your identified learning style, I would suggest going to those classes in person and preparing for the real estate exam that way. For me, I'm the type of person who likes hands-on training and learning, and that is the reason why I went to the actual course in the city close to the one I was living in at the time and attended those courses, received my required class hours, and went and took the exam. So in closing, having a high level of confidence is very, very important throughout the entire journey of obtaining your real estate license. If you were to fail the state exam the first time you tested, that confidence that you build all the way from the beginning, from choosing the school that you're going to go to, all the way into taking your last practice exam, that confidence will help you go back to the real estate exam for the second time and crush it. I should also mention, everybody learns differently. This is my strategy that helped me pass the state exam and national portion of the exam when I was obtaining it. It may be applicable to you and it may not be. You very well could receive a minimum pass scores on your practice exams and then dominate the state exam. At the end of the day, just don't overcomplicate the process. I hope that this video has been helpful for you to get started in your journey. If you're interested in getting into real estate, please feel free to drop a comment below. If you have any other questions about any other processes when it comes to real estate, I'm more than happy to respond and make another video for those. So with that being said, this is David McDonald, 2018 Northwest MLS top 4%, #1 in my company in 2018 at Century 21, signing out from the DMD Creator Studio. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.